Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2008 Lionsgate feature film Punisher Warzone. So Ray Stevenson plays the character Frank Castle now. Thomas Jane played the character Frank Castle in the 2004 Punisher, which is also Lionsgate. But he did not like the script or something like that. He thought it was too comic booky or something like that. Despite the fact that Punisher is a comic book, I don't know. So he decided not to do the sequel. And so Ray Stevenson plays Frank Castle. So then this film went from being a sequel to the 2004 film to them having to tweak certain things, and it became a sequel to a different universe's Frank Castle, a different timelines Frank Castle, because we get backstory in this that he saw his family get unalived at a picnic because they saw a mob hit or something like that, a mob execution, and then that was the retaliation, and that's why he became Frank Castle. That's why he became the Punisher. So that was the backstory that's revealed for this, which they obviously had to rework if they intended for this to be a sequel, and then it was turned down by Thomas Jane to then rework it as a sequel for a different timeline. It's the best way to explain this film. Hour 40 something. Some parts drag, but I do like that they bring the character of Jigsaw into this, the Marvel character Jigsaw, who's a villain, patchwork of skin after the Punisher, tries to unalive him in a recycling plant. That was an interesting scene. What I really like about this film, and I've never seen this film before, what I really like about this film is that it ups the horror genre, and it's Lionsgate, and Lionsgate also did all the Saw films, and Saw 5 came out the same year as Punisher Warzone, and one of the actresses in Saw 5 is one of the characters in Punisher Warzone. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. You were friends with the casting director, obviously. So then that helped you get two films in the same year from the same company. It's interesting how that works. It's convenient when that works, obviously, for the actor. So the prop, like bodies, the kill shots, the body parts flying here, blood splatter there, like a lot of it was practical because Lionsgate does very well practical type of things like that, practical gore. And the horror aspect of the Saw franchises you could see in this because it's the same Lionsgate banner. It's very interesting when you watch a lot of stuff. You pay attention to certain things and you pick up and you're like, oh, well, that's very similar. How is that similar? Oh, it's the same production company. Oh, that makes sense. So aside from the technical aspect, the story was okay. He's just on another quest to, get rid of some more mobsters, but other than that, Ray Stevenson's version of Frank Castle is very mundane compared to Thomas Jane's version of Frank Castle. But in hindsight, both of them are mundane compared to John Barenthal's version of Frank Castle in the Punisher TV series from Marvel/Netflix. Awesome 2 seasons. So each universe presented to us as a different version of Frank Castle, and it's fine. Some are better than others. Fine. I enjoyed the technical aspect of this film, but I enjoyed the story of the 2004 film more. So it's a push and pull. How do you like your Frank Castle Punisher films and or TV series? There's a Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie that came out in 1989, which I haven't seen, and I didn't know it existed until recently. So eventually we'll add that to the list. You can't get it on streaming anywhere, so you have to physically buy a DVD or Blu-ray. So eventually we'll get to that. Not anytime soon. But I enjoyed the ending of this. I thought it was a nice wrap-up of getting rid of the bad guys. Punisher versus Jigsaw at the end. I also find it hysterical that Lionsgate had two Jigsaw villains of two different universes in the same 2008 year. Also awesome. So, it's interesting. I like the tidbits and facts more than the actual film itself. Film itself dragged a bit, but it's alright. Can't win them all. Punisher Warzone 2008 horror film. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.